Yeah,
decision.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, when are we going to that car? This turned on. No, let's go to the shed.
Let's split up.
The killer standing behind him, just shaking.
He's shaking his head, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, welcome back to Not a Strong Start, a movie podcast by filmmakers that love to talk movies, television, and all coordinate black t-shirts. I'm your host, the I'll be right back guy, King Sangre.
Jose, wait, what guy am I again? Oh, no. Hello, is someone there, guy?
I'm just the tip real quick guy, before we get murdered.
You're definitely gonna die. You're definitely gonna die.
You can't just state it, you gotta act it.
Yeah. Well, just the tip, just real quick, guy.
Okay.
I think the chick would murder you at that point.
Here's the tip. Wrong tip.
Yeah. I'm Marie. I'm the we gotta stay together guy.
The ones that nobody ever listens to, but they should. If they did, the movie would just end a lot sooner. But
that's true.
That's why we have horrors, right? So in this week's episode, we wanted to talk about we want to do a horror movie awards show, giving out our best for each of our categories. Today, we have a special guest, Marie, who has her own podcast, which we'll be talking soon. But Marie, if you wanted to give our listeners a little bit about who you are, what you do, what kind of background you have, and your love for horror.
Oh, gosh. First, my love for horror started at a very young age. And first horror movie I ever watched was Creepshow.
Yeah.
And something primal ignited and it never went away.
Nice.
Got that adrenaline going in all the right ways. And I was like, oh, this is it for me.
Yeah.
So I have a podcast with my best friend who I've never met, who lives in Connecticut. I'm in Canada.
Nice.
And she's in Connecticut, just moved there. And her name's Caitlin. And she's the artist behind Cult.Class on Instagram. And we've been friends for about 3 years. We met on Instagram. 3 years, I think, except for, the last 2 years kind of melded together. So who knows, actually. And then, so I ended up working for her. So I do copywriting for her brand and I do some social media work for her and everything. And then one day she was like, hey, you want to do a podcast about creepy stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to for a while. And then now that's what we do together. Chillin with Cult.Class is our creepy podcast where we talk about spooky stuff of all kinds.
That's awesome. It's awesome how social media can bridge you and you can have a great friendship with somebody without ever meeting them in person.
Right. I know it's crazy. And then we talk about, we're like, well, when we meet in person, like, I hope you still like me. Like, I hope.
Like, of course.
New age pen pal.
Yeah, exactly. Even better because we can like FaceTime and stuff. And it's the best.
You guys have plans to like meet up or?
Yes, we've had plans to meet up. Well, we wanted to for so long, but then, the world happened and all that stuff. It's a lot harder when you live in different countries. Like we would have met a long time ago. Like I live in the States, which is what I wish I did. But we want to meet. Hopefully this summer. I don't know how or when, but next month I'd love to. So we'll see.
Hey,
we'll keep everyone posted. It'll be a big
document
thing.
Document.
Yeah. You bet. Oh yeah, it will be.
That first reaction, that's the one.
Yeah, we gotta see that. Yeah, if you guys can use like GoPros or something, both have them on and to just see what that looks like from both points of view.
So wearing helmets with GoPros, so they're like can't quite hug each other all the time. Equipment is locked
up. That's what I want. I want that so bad. I told her we're just gonna laugh so hard when we first see each other, and I'm like, I'm gonna hug you so hard, Caitlin. Be prepared. The hug's coming. Oh.
She's like this. I can feel the hug already.
You just got random people just watching you, just recording on their phone. Like, what's up with these girls?
I think one of them's dying. I think that's
That's funny. All right, so let's get into our episode. So our movie horror awards. So Jose, you want to give us a little bit of breakdown about what that is, what it is that we're looking for?
All right. Basically, like you described at the beginning, we just thought of a whole bunch of categories, usually dividing the movies by genres, and we're just going to pick, in our opinion, what we personally feel is some of the best that we have out there. Kind of give a little bit of the description of it. That pretty much describes it all right there.
Yeah, and then we're all going to talk about why Chuck's is not the right one. It's always choosing the very wrong one.
Oh, yes.
He's trying to troll us.
Even if it is. No, I'm not trolling today. I'm not trolling today.
Oh, you're taking a day off.
I'm taking a day off, yeah.
Ooh,
It's a Saturday.
Chuck.
It's a Saturday. I'll take the day
We'll be
off.
like, Chuck, what's your favorite paranormal movie, baby boy?
I wouldn't believe it. All right, so you guys ready for our first category?
Go for it.
Let's do it. Okay, best slasher movie. Now, this is always hard because I always like it for it to be favorite, right? Because it's your favorite, it's personal. To say best, that adds more stigma because you judge it differently. Like I have favorites, but it's not necessarily what I consider the best. We're talking about the best. So what's the best slasher film in your guys'?
I'm gonna be honest. I did all this
favorites.
as my favorites.
I kind of did too.
So we're like the Academy, right? It's like, oh, it's not our favorite, but this is the best, right?
I still kind of did favorite, but
that's
what
I feel we should start with our guest, Marie, first.
Yeah.
Do you have to ask me? Do you even have to ask? I mean,
I'm assuming you were.
It's written all over.
Yeah.
Yes. Halloween, obviously. You know what? I'm actually not that big into slasher movies. Only like the Halloween franchise. Like I've only seen like a handful of the Friday 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Because I just find I find what I love and I stick to it. I'm loyal to that one thing. So
what is
Halloween's definitely.
What is the thing you like? Like if it's not slasher, what's your favorite type of horror?
Paranormal.
Yeah, I like
demon stuff. You know, I was raised Catholic, so I'm like, give me all the demon stuff.
Yeah. With that being your favorite slasher movie, how excited are you for the newest one? And what do you think of this newest trilogy that they've been doing?
I was afraid of this because I'm very passionate about my feelings about the new trilogy, and my feelings aren't great. People are really passionate about Halloween, and sometimes they get mad. And 2018 was okay. I didn't mind it, but kills. Hashtag not my Michael Myers is all I want to say about it.
Yeah, good.
Like Michael Myers is my favorite everything. I've had like an inappropriate crush on him since I was a kid. And that mask, and he's so stoic and the strong silent type, and he like cat and mouse games, and he's all like, but then in this he was just like Jason or something. He was like too brutal or something. Like he wasn't in the background, and that it wasn't Michael to me.
Yeah,
He wasn't the boogeyman. He was just like out there stabbing dead guys' backs, and I'm like, just chill, bro. Like this isn't your style.
You're doing too much.
Yeah. Do less.
I will tell you this. There is one aspect of the last movie that I felt was refreshing and new, and I enjoyed, was through all these like slasher and horror movies that go on for decades. This is like really one of the first times where a town says, what the fuck? Let's just go get this guy. Like it's been 30 years. Like, grab your iron, grab your bat. Like, let's go get him.
Like a skillet.
Well, I think there was a lady there that had an iron, right? Yeah.
Yes, she did.
All right, what do you guys got, Jose? Best slasher film. You and I probably had the same answer. We probably had the same answer.
I'm going to have to go with one of the big three, and it's going to be Nightmare on Elm Street, specifically Dream Warriors. It's going to be on that one. Freddy, that whole series was probably the first series I loved as a kid growing up. I watch it pretty much every year, and I cannot be entertained by Freddy. No matter what.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Chuck?
I want to pick something different, but I can't. And it's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Damn, we're all gonna say answer.
I know, dude. I literally, dude. I mean, he's over there somewhere, dude. I had nightmares about this guy, right? Like legit nightmares. Like I was in the movie, and I had them until I was like 13 years old. And I swear to you, I'm not lying. I finally killed him in one of my dreams, and I never dreamt of him again. Seriously, like nightmares. Yeah, like nightmares. Not like
How'd you
dreams.
kill him?
Like,
how'd you kill him?
Dude, I don't remember, dude. I killed him though. I got him. But I know, but it's like that whole idea is like a core memory for me that I'm like, dude, I finally killed him. And the nightmares went away. Like they were just gone. So
You know what's funny? Yeah. You know what's funny about that is that this whole idea partially came from nightmares. Like when Wes Craven came up with it, it was a mixture of different things. He had read this story about kids like dying in their sleep in one town. He remembered a creepy guy outside his window with a striped sweater, and he had a nightmare about this. It was like all of these things put together. So partially this came from a nightmare itself.
yeah.
So sort of
And
like
way,
a Final Destination thing.
Yeah, I killed him with an iron. I remember now.
No. There you go. Nice. All right. Yeah, it's pretty much same answers as you guys. I won't even waste the time. Nightmare on Elm Street is my first horror one. My older brother forced me to binge watch them when I was young. Got me so desensitized to horror movies. But Nightmare on Elm Street was my man, dude. He's like the Bugs Bunny of slasher films. That's the way I saw Freddy.
So
Absolutely.
true.
Yeah. So I love the guy. All right. Next category. What is it, Jose?
All right, next category, we're gonna go, and you're gonna like this one, Marie. Best paranormal movie. All right, but this time, let's start with you, Dan.
Okay, best paranormal movie. I went with The Exorcist. Reason why? We're gonna have the same answers. Okay, why? First of all, I think it's considered one of the greatest horror movies ever. But when it came out in theaters, the mass hysteria it caused, people literally vomiting, the Catholic Church going crazy against it. Marie's getting angry because it was the exact same answer she's probably going to give. So
she's
Marie,
all scratching out her notes right now.
Yeah, go ahead and finish it off for me, please. Why is it?
Well, I had that too. Well, it's just that I watched that movie when I was too young, probably. I was like maybe like 12 or 13 at a sleepover, and I was but a young Catholic girl, like I say. And I just remember I wanted to throw up too in that movie for like months and months and months. I had to sleep with my lights on. Like it was just, even now, even I love watching horror movies. Sometimes to go to bed, I'm like, not The Exorcist. I can't go there.
Yeah,
I can't go. I've only watched it like 2 or 3 times in my life. It's just too much. And the acting's so good. The makeup's so good. That voice.
It's too real. It's
an
real.
experience, man. It's an experience.
You know what? I'm gonna go with something a little more recent, actually, that I mentioned to you guys, and I couldn't think of the name at the time. I know Marie knows this, but the Host, it came out like last year, right, or 2 years ago.
It was a pandemic movie. It was filmed in the pandemic.
Yeah, and they did everything like Zoom.
Yeah.
It's only like 45 minutes or something like that. Like,
56, right? Yeah, 56 minutes.
Oh, of course you know. Yeah, it's so good, right? Like it's so fucking good. And I know I think I saw it on Shudder, and they're like, oh, it's supposed to be really good. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. Dude, Dan, you got to watch it. Like it's
okay. I'll check it out.
It's so good. Marie,
you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Get on. Tell him, Marie. Tell him.
Now you can help me. I haven't seen it yet.
I had The Exorcist written down, and my secondary one was Host. So it is okay. Yeah, I mean, found footage is like my weakness. Like found footage horror movies is my absolute favorite genre, and that one is just it's perfect. The only movie I've ever screamed in is that movie.
Nice. Yeah, it's good.
You gotta watch it. Oh God, I'm so excited for you that you've never seen it. Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right,
I'll give you my Shudder account, dude. You can watch it.
That one took me by surprise because I hadn't heard about it. No one ever said anything. I just saw it and was like, hey, let me check this out. And I was like, whoa, this is really good. Like,
yeah, so clever. And they filmed it during the pandemic, and they abided by all pandemic rules, it seems like, when they filmed it. So it's pretty good, dude. Check it out.
Nice. All right, Jose,
that's my cue.
You can't jump ahead, Chuck.
That's my cue for everybody.
You can't pre-cue the cue.
Yeah, you're trying to pre-cue the cue.
Mine, I'm also going to go with something not as recent, a little more recent, and I'm going to go with The Conjuring. And as we know, as we know, horror movies as a whole, it kind of goes through ups and downs throughout the year. So you'll have these peak years was like good horror, and then you get some bad horror. And I feel when The Conjuring came out, we were at a low with horror movies, and this kind of helped revitalize the genre a little bit. And it's so well done. That's a series where like the core main ones, the Conjurings themselves are good and quality. They just got to work on their spin-offs a little bit. But That's gonna be my choice.
Nice.
Oh, you guys are so good. Oh man.
Did you guys check out? Did you guys see Sinister with Ethan Hawke?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Look, I don't know if that movie really is scary, but it scared me. Is it scary? It scared me. I didn't finish it.
Not for me necessarily.
No? Okay. I was watching it and I'm like, I'm really fucking uncomfortable. I was like, I can't watch this.
You
I
gotta
turned it
give it
off.
another go. You gotta give it
Well, I
another
finished
go.
it on my phone, all small. I was all fast forwarding it. I was like, okay, we're good. But with my TV surround sound, I was like, nope.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not because it would have banned us from another ads.
Yeah, we've been banned a
save
few
it.
times, Marie. So
Yeah,
we're
on some of our
we're keeping
episodes.
Yeah.
You're doing something right if you get banned from stuff. That's what I think.
Yeah, exactly.
So Chuck, was your strategy is if like the creatures are small, they can't do anything to me? That's why you watch.
Kinda, yeah. If I could have watched it on my Apple Watch, I would have. So.
All right. Next category: best monster flick. Jose, hit us with that one. What do you got?
Okay. This actually ended up being a real easy choice because it popped in my head right away, and I had to go with Alien.
Damn it, dude! Damn it! That's mine.
Till this day, the movie holds up perfectly. It's still so creepy, and it's a pure horror. 2 went more towards the action, but the first one is pure horror.
Yes.
And the xenomorphs, one of the best creatures created for a movie is a xenomorph. So that's my choice.
Yes, and yes to all of that. The whole what I loved most about it, exactly what you said. It's true horror. But the face hugger, the whole transformation of the monster, it's not just here's a monster. You have to have the face hugger. You have to have a host. Then you get the whole chest buster that comes out, turns into a xenomorph. The whole transgression, sort of like a evil version of a butterfly. Fucking love it, man. Love it.
Oh yeah. Wow! Did you look that up somewhere, dude?
No, I'm just a poet, man. What can I say?
I was a poetic analogy.
That's a horror poet, dude.
Okay. That is the best. I'm going to agree with you that that's the best. Alien for sure. But I did something a little different and I'm like, is this a monster? I guess I said Willow Creek, and a lot of people haven't seen that, and that's a Bigfoot movie.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either.
I think I watched it for the first time like 2 years ago. So it's basically the Blair. It's like the Blair Witch Project, but instead of the witch, it's a Bigfoot. It's Bigfoot.
Oh, okay, that counts.
And it's a really slow burn movie, but it's probably just my weakness for found footage, but that's it. Willow Creek is my favorite, but you guys are absolutely right that Alien's the best.
Still good though. I'm glad you mentioned it. All right, Chuck, what do you got?
When I was looking at this one, I was looking at my view for the Academy, right? I'm like, okay, what would be the best? And I went with A Quiet Place for that. Even like it just like I was like, it's so good, it's well written, well directed, like, and it's a monster movie, So I'm like, cool, I'm going with A Quiet Place. So.
All right. I'm actually surprised no one picked The Thing. I'm surprised nobody picked The Thing for that.
That was my second choice. Was The Thing I had on here,
but
I was
like,
actually no,
Alien.
Actually
Alien
no,
is
The
still
Thing.
So
No, The Thing was what I was gonna say. That's the best monster flick.
I'm surprised you didn't, dude. I'm really surprised you didn't. It was just a tip. You gave us just a tip answer.
Yeah, it was just a tip. I have like way more. Yeah, no, it just beat it out. So
yeah,
but
okay. Jose, next category, please.
For the next category, I'm gonna go with best cult movie.
I had to look this up. I had to look it up, like best cult movie, and actually, Marie has a.
Are you gonna say she has a cult? Oh,
no,
okay. I thought you were gonna say she has a cult.
But she asked me about this question. I go ahead and ask it on the podcast. So.
I was like, does he mean cult classic or does he mean a movie about cults?
About cults.
Oh, is it? I thought it was a cult classic. I went with cult classic, but I can still come up with a cult if we need.
I have answers for both, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's about a cult because Dan, you put
really?
you put in a question that's talk about like cult classics.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so
shit.
It's about a cult. I put this in because it's like, so I've been watching horror movies since I was a kid. I watched them more than cartoons as a child, and so they don't really scare me, and they stop scaring me at an early age. I'll find some creepy and like tense, but for me, cults, the movies about cults are some of the creepiest ones because I'm watching, I'm like, oh man, this shit's real. That shit's happening. Like, so I had to put this one in there.
My bad, Marie.
Yeah.
I told Marie, I go, I think he means like cult classic. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Did. Damn.
Yeah, so I was looking it up. I was like, what's a cult classic? Because, you know, to me, like, none of these are cult classics. Like, I love them. I'm in the cult, so I don't see the cult because I'm in the cult.
Both? If you have a cult classic, let's mention cult classic. Let's give a shout out. And then if you have a cult movie, name a cult movie because I don't have a cult movie.
I mean, I can start it off on this one.
Okay.
The one I had was Rosemary's Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. And you feel, and I just rewatched it again for our 100 must-watch horror movies competition that we had, and it still holds up. The creepiness of it, the tension is still really good, even with the age of the movie.
Well, for a cult, I got Mandy. I'm taking Mandy. So
that's a good one.
Jeez.
That's a good
you
one.
guys.
Yeah, I fucking love Mandy. I love it. I love the music. I love the aesthetic. I fucking Nick Cage. These guys, I don't know how they feel about Nick Cage, but
dude, it's Nick fucking Cage. It's
Nick. No, you guys are always talking. You guys are always talking shit about him. Every time I'm like Nick Cage, like, and I'm like,
well, no, just because we didn't want to see him as Superman doesn't mean
that's what I'm saying.
Cage.
I love Nick Cage, but that's a pure comedy at that point. It's not an action. It's not a real Superman movie.
Yeah, and they got those monster bikers, whatever the fuck they are. They fuck his shirt up. My fucking favorite shirt. Dude, I'm going Mandy. So
that's a good one.
Marie, what do you have?
Okay, well, I have two answers for that, but I'm going to save one of my cult movies for underrated because they're both cult movies. But mine is Hereditary.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, yes.
I still need to
Hereditary.
I was going to say that one. That's what I was going to come up with, but.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Darn it. It's just the other ones. You could have
good.
that.
No, it's all good.
But like Jose said about like modern day horror, it's like one of my most favorite modern day horror movies, and it's just the music in it. It's the whole ambience of the movie is just the emotional acting. Toni Collette friggin' crying on the ground there. I just can't. It's so good, so creepy. I thought about that movie for days afterwards. Like I just felt it for days.
Yeah, Hereditary is one of my top favorite horror movies in the last like 8-10 years. That movie's so good. So good.
You know what we don't have on here, which I would put on here, is like scariest movie. And to me, like Hereditary is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. Like The Image, this one. This thing. You know, when you're scared at night, for some reason, you keep thinking about the scariest shit you can and you're trying not to be scared. That's what I think of. I think of the and I'm like, oh fuck. That movie was fucking scary for me, dude.
Yeah.
So,
that's such a perfect example of when to use sound effects to elicit the horror sound, because now you're just hearing it in your head.
I hear it.
Yeah, and your own imagination is always scarier than what you see on screen. Of course. So that's how they get you. So
I still hear all the time. Like
the ears like stop it. Oh yeah. I might as well just give a shout out then. Midsommar, a whole movie built around cults. I love the movie. I thought it was great. I wouldn't necessarily really classify it as a true horror movie necessarily. It's kind of that genre. It feels more like a really sadistic breakup movie more than anything, but that movie's still great. Same director, Ari Aster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the theater to see that, and I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
It is, man.
Because Hereditary, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm in Samurai Ryan and Florence Pugh," and then I'm like, "Cool, let's check it out." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, her acting is so good in that movie. Her acting is so good. When she breaks down in the airplane and she's just having her whole breakdown right there, I thought it was phenomenal acting.
What would you classify a cult classic? I was looking it up. I looked up like a definition just to kind of be clear. Because like I said, it's hard to see what a cult is when you're in the cult. So I'm like, was looking it up and I was looking like I saw Fright Night was on there and I'm like, okay, that would be.
Yeah, what I sort of consider it is if you have a rabid fan base about a project or a film that's usually not high budget, right? Because if it's something like a Avengers movie, that's not a cult classic because it was mass appeal. It's usually a movie that maybe didn't do great box office, picked up later in time, and it has a smaller cult following. So to me, I'll give my answer. Mine's Army of Darkness. I love, wearing an Evil Dead 2 shirt. Love Evil Dead. Love Evil Dead 2. Army of Darkness, I love the most out of the three, but that has a cult following, right? When you go to when we went to Monster Palooza, you have a whole sections and a lot of, even when I was wearing my Evil Dead shirt, a different one, I was getting compliments on the Evil Dead shirt. Like, the fan base. We know our fellow Evil Dead fans. So that would be mine.
Me,
Right.
I'm next.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a sec. I need to get it. Let me get it. Mine was, hold on.
I love her shining. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Mine's Evil Dead as well.
Me and Marie have had the same answers for we have 3 out of the 5. So that's awesome.
Oh,
Same movie
what
taste.
Chuck go get? Chuck's getting some.
Oh,
you got the real one. I got the snuggle.
I was gonna say Evil Dead. You guys want to read it?
Yes. So, Jose,
Do it. It's Conjures.
if you don't say Evil Dead, then you lose this
You're
question.
getting kicked off, dude.
Evil Dead. Evil Dead. All the way, Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead is the only answer. Is the only legitimate answer for this question. Yeah.
So best zombie horror movie.
Oh, that's a great one. There's so many.
Okay, I had a question about that too because it says best zombie. So I interpreted that as in the best representation of a zombie, not necessarily best zombie movie, but I still give it probably the same answer. But maybe you just said best zombie. That could be best zombie in a movie.
Oh,
Well,
what happened?
yeah, I meant it as the movie, but
All right.
Just real quick, Dan, just for you, do you have a best zombie though? Just real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
he just names one zombie. Oh, zombie
Yeah.
number 3 in this
Zombie-
movie was the best
Actually, it's zombie
Like,
number 12 because they gave better energy, Jose. Come on. No, it still goes with my same answer though. 28 Days Later. I love that interpretation of the zombies, the fast moving, rabid, going out.
Damn it.
That's what I like. Even though I love the George Romero movies, they're just too slow. They're not as big of a threat. It's easy to get away from them. 28 Days Later, man. That thing was super freaking scary.
Okay.
Stop reading my mind.
Yeah. That's why I like going first, Maurice. I could steal them.
Was gonna choose that, but I'm gonna go a little different. I had a second kind of runner-up choice. I'm gonna go with Dawn of the Dead, not Romero's version. It's not
The
a
remake.
the
remake.
I felt that
Yeah.
was
Fucking good.
really good, entertaining, had the crazy zombies in it also. So that's my choice.
Yeah. Great movie.
This is so
Yeah.
fun.
Zack Snyder,
We're
man.
doing-
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, because I thought we were doing the Academy Awards, so I'm gonna try to be a little pretentious and go a little foreign. So I'm gonna go with Train to Busan.
Ooh.
But it's so fucking good, dude. It's so good. I'm glad they're it sounds like they're squashing the remake right now. So the American remake.
Oh,
which
good.
Why would?
Good.
Yeah, but that's on my queue. Train to Busan.
I still
It's
haven't
so-
seen the
Well, host.
sequel.
I saw the sequel. It's okay. It's a zombie movie. That's okay. That's all I'll say. But Train to Busan, fucking love it. So good.
It's so emotional too. It just hits every note. That movie is just
Yes, God,
so
it is so
good.
emotional. And then the bad guy, the villain, that older businessman dude, that motherfucker, dude. He's in my top 5 of most hated, in a good way, hated characters in a movie. That motherfucker, dude.
I know.
That
Goes-
movie,
goes-
yeah, it did a good job of just really making you want him to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he took out our hero too, right?
Ugh. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I had 20 Days Later, obviously, but then I was like, but what if they say that's not a zombie movie, that's an infected movie? So I was like,
See, she's acting like you. She's imitating you right now, Dan. You see that? That was you. She's
That
like,
wasn't
"That's
me
not
that
a
did
zombie
that."
movie. Yeah, she's seen the
When would I have
podcast. She
ever-
knows how you act.
I counted
She knows how
28
you
days
act.
later. I said 28 days later. It
She
counts.
knows how
Chuck is
pretentious
the
you
one.
are.
Chuck is the one that always
No.
says, that
Who are you
doesn't
imitating,
count.
Marie?
That
Who are you
doesn't."
imitating? It was Dan, right?
I was just
Yeah.
I was imitating myself as being
Yeah.
Very nice and very PC answer.
but my second answer was the Dawn of the Dead remake as well. So
Yay.
Guys.
Look at that. We did a good job.
mm.
Dude, Marie,
Choices up
see,
there.
what the audience doesn't know is that we brought Maria up just to be our hype man. She's just hyping us up the entire time.
They told me their answers, then they're like, "Hey, just say all of our answers are really good, okay?" I'm
like say that you were gonna
it.
say that one too, and that's so good. That's a great answer.
I mean, it's getting too much of a convenient coincidence right now, you guys. To be honest, like.
I know. All right, best psychological horror movie.
Sorry, I had to go. Dan, I think you appreciate this one. I had to go The Shining.
No, of course.
That's
my answer again. Come on.
Had to go with that one. It's just like the fact that the psychological aspects in this movie are so intense that to this day, people are still arguing of like, was there a paranormal aspect to it, or was this guy just going out of his fucking mind? And the fact that so many years later that is still an argument shows that they pulled out the psychological aspects very well.
Yeah, absolutely. So since I had the same answer, I'll just piggyback. Exactly what I see Marie's pillow back there from the hotel. Yep. I love it, man. It's Kubrick. The Shining is still my favorite horror movie of all time. I love the psychological horror. That's totally my thing. I love it. The weird images that he uses, like the dog on his, the guy in the dog costume. So weird. So many weird things. The two creepy girls. It's the images that he uses, the blood coming down from the elevator, and the fact that they had to film that shot so many damn times, and it took months for them to finally get that shot just for that one shot. Genius. So I'll leave it at that.
Again, following the theme of the academies, some movies just sweep the awards. But Hereditary, like to me, that's just still, again, for all the reasons we already said, but just a great psychological thriller. So Hereditary sweeping the Oscars right now.
For you.
So good. I agree with what all you guys said. The Shining, to me, also, I don't know why I didn't even think of that. I was so stressed out. I'm like, why can't I think of psychological? Like, so I have like 4 answers, but they're all wrong because you guys are way better. Like, those are The Shining.
What do you got?
Oh God, I put I See You, which a lot of people haven't seen. I didn't see it till like, I don't know, a couple, maybe last year. I don't know if you guys seen I See You.
I have it queued up, but I haven't watched it yet.
I think so.
That movie kept me guessing the whole entire time. I was like, I don't know if this is paranormal. I don't know if this is like a slasher. I had no idea what it was until the very end. And I was like, oh my God. But that's why I See You. I had Identity. I had Saw. I had Creep. I had so many movies. I was just like, okay, you guys win those. You guys are right.
I like Identity. That's John Cusack, right? That one?
Yeah, I saw it in the theater and I was super young. I'm old now, but I saw it in the theater and I was like, whoa, what's happening? Like it. And same thing at the end. I was like, whoa, what? Yeah,
when that twist hit, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
That was so good, man. So good.
That's good.
Go on to the next thing. This is Dan's pretentious category. So we'll go with the best foreign horror movie. Dan, might as well start it off since this is your category.
I love how they call it pretentious, but I'm just a fan of all movies, and I love foreign movies because they do it so well overseas. But all right, I'll be pretentious. So my best foreign horror movie, if it counts, is Pan's Labyrinth. If we count that as a horror movie, close. Love Guillermo del Toro. Love that movie. The movie's phenomenal, man. It's such like a warped version of Alice in Wonderland. So
it's not overseas.
Yeah. It is. It is. Isn't it like
it was filmed in
Spanish or
Spain.
something?
Yeah, they filmed it in Spain.
Oh, well, he's Mexican. He's Mexican though.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
but the production is overseas. So go fuck yourself, Chuck. Suck on that.
Right.
You do also know Mexico is foreign, right?
I had The Descent. Was my favorite foreign. It's like in the UK or something. So it's not like crazy, but
no, it totally counts. Nice.
Just the creature. What the creatures look like, so good. That is like one movie that wasn't paranormal that gave me nightmares. And I don't know, it's just something about it. The acting's so good.
Yeah, the whole claustrophobia for that was scarier for me than the monsters, which were cool. The monsters were awesome, but there's one scene where a girl gets stuck. She's like, help me, and I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, just unlocked another anxiety situation for me right there. So that's a good pick. That's a good pick. That movie's so
very good pick.
That one was in our 100 list for the competition.
Ooh.
This one, actually, I almost picked it for my cult movie, but I was like, all right, let me move it over here. I'm gonna go with Martyrs, which I believe it's a French movie. But to this day, this is probably one of the most fucked up movies I have seen. It's just so brutal. It's one of the I've seen it once, and I was like, I'm good not watching it again because that's how brutal it is. But it was good, but it was too much. But that would be my choice.
Yeah, movies are like that. Like for me, that's Requiem for a Dream and Kids.
Yeah.
I've seen those movies once, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, Requiem I've seen a couple times just because I really like the acting in it. But yeah, man, Kids I saw one time when I was like a teenager. Never again. I'm good.
Yeah, it's too. It makes you feel all dirty after. Like,
yeah, I need I need to take a shower with like alcohol, like just.
Dude, that's sort of how
like
Irreversible is. Have you guys seen the movie Irreversible? Ooh, it's one of those ones that's so uncomfortable. You'll watch it and you're like, I'm never watching this again. Never again. It has Monica Bellucci in it. Yeah.
Oh.
No. She's good.
Maybe, well, I'm like, oh well, maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
I think I do know what that is.
Maybe one watch.
One watch with the sound off. I could watch that. Yeah. I'm not trying to take the easy way out, but Train to Busan again. Like just. Sorry,
it's
wait,
that
you want me to pick another one? It's that good, dude. It's that good.
It is
it's that good. Dude, some movies sweep the awards, dude. They get 12. That's what's happening here, dude. That's the theme that I was going with. So, Train to Busan.
All right. So next category, best horror comedy. Who wants to lead us off? Chuck.
Me. I want to. I want to steal it.
Go ahead.
I know. I was about to blurt it out.
We all might have the exact same answer, but go ahead,
Marie. Take my answer.
I'm hoping not. I put Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
yeah.
You knew I was gonna get someone.
That's the only answer.
That was me. I was about to blurt it out real quick. Shaun of the Dead. Go ahead.
Ladies first.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. We're gonna have Marie say her answer every time now going forward.
No,
yeah, Shaun of the Dead.
That's not fair. No, equality. You guys go first. I just wanted that one.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright directing style is just so good. Have you guys ever seen Spaced? Like the British show Spaced?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's not horror, but I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think Shaun of the Dead might actually be my favorite zombie movie overall. I think it is, man. I love Shaun of the Dead. I rewatch it so much. I love comedies, so naturally I have a little soft spot for it. But Edgar Wright's his fast editing is so good, good. And I know one time when we did when we're at George Romero's, this is for Famous Monsters, we were interviewing filmmakers, and I got to interview Edgar Wright. And after I did the interview, I told him, dude, I was like, you have no idea how much Shaun of the Dead, like that much that affected me as a filmmaker, man. He was like, thank you. I said, no, seriously, I'm just fanning out right now, man. You're fucking Edgar Wright, dude. I love Shaun of the Dead.
That brought tears to my eyes. Hearing that, you're like, Edgar Wright. I was like,
oh yeah, it is. No, I got pictures on my
Dan's gonna cry right now too. Look at him. His eyes are all red and watery. Look at him,
dude.
That's lovely.
Look at how he's on.
I'm just sweating, bro. I'm just sweating.
Yeah, sweat got in my eye. Yeah, turn the air on.
Yes, that's only it. All right.
The thing with that movie is like, if you just separate it by the categories, just by comedy, just by horror, it's strong in both of those categories.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It wasn't just a horror that has some light comedy. It's a great comedy and it's a great horror.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's a clean sweep for Shaun of the Dead across the
board.
I have nothing else. That's
a real winner. So. Thanks everybody for watching us on Not a Strong Start. This is Marie. If you want to quickly plug your podcast for our viewers.
Yes, please check me and my bestie Caitlin out at our Instagram account is at Chillin with Cult.Class, and our website is chillinwithcultclass.com. And we tell spooky true stories. We tell reader story. It's not readers, listener stories, viewer stories. So come check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And it's been a lot of fun from what I've been able to check out. So I definitely recommend it. You can follow us. You can watch us on YouTube. Please like, comment, subscribe at Not a Strong Start Movie Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Not a Strong Start. I'm your host, the I'll Be Back guy, King_Sangre, Sangre.
And hello, is someone out there? I remembered this time. Jose. You can find me at This Is Mi Nombre on Instagram.
I'm the real quick guy. You can find me at Chad Radwell on IG.
The whispering was like extra creepy. It was
Yeah. Just a tip real quick. No, it's fine. It's fine. Shh. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm the we gotta stay together guy at Chillin with Cult.Class. Oh, yeah, I guess I should say that we're also on Spotify and YouTube as well. I didn't say that.
Give them a listen. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
a newbie.
Yeah. So this is part 1 of our horror awards show, and you'll be seeing Marie coming back for part 2.